No good. Good afternoon, my people. Good morning, good evening. Depending on where you watch it from, please. This is True Talk Arena live at the moment. Please kindly join us online now as we'll be bringing to you this very particular topic. Please, let's wait for some minutes to see and to wait for other people to join us. The topic before us today is causes of moral decadence and the effect on the society at large. Please, anybody online, kindly join us. Kindly able share the link. Follow our page and help us like, as this will help us go far and to reach more people, as this problem is one of the major problems affecting the society and is becoming too rampant. Please help us like, share now. Please kindly help us share, like, join, and yeah. Topic: causes of moral decadence and the effect on the society. This topic would have been causes of moral decadence and youthful exuberance and the effect on the society. But the basic reason why youthful exuberance wasn't added is simply because we see moral decadence now is not only limited to youths. It is now, or it has now advanced beyond youthful age, even into the adulthood. So that is why it wasn't only limited to youth alone. Because in some situations, you see some elderly people who behave like the same youth we are talking about. So that is why it is not limited to youth. And that's why youthful exuberance is not included. So it is causes of moral decadence, which applies or which cut across all ages. Good. So, before going further into the causes of moral decadence and the effect on the society, I would love to give a literal meaning to moral decadence. Moral decadence is not just an highfalutin word, it's just a simple word, coined from the word moral decay. So, what is moral decadence in the society? As I've said, that the word moral decadence is gotten from the word moral decay. Moral decay is a term used to describe the decline or fall in the moral values of a civilization. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines decadence as behaviors that shows low morals and a great love of pleasure, money, and fame. Moral decadence can be seen in individuals and the society at large as a pattern of abandoning previous held beliefs and values. Moral decadence is as old as society itself. What this simply means is that it's not something that is just happening. It is a happening that has been in existence. So that is why I said it's as old as the society itself. At every point in global history, communities and nations discuss the problem of moral decay. As we can all see today that life has dramatically transformed. Life in the second decade of the 21st century differs from the way it used to be a century ago. Violence has been rampant, sexual harassment and corruption has become everyday occurrence. The moral decadence has adverse effect on society because it changes cultural, moral, and society norms and set a new but low standard for appropriate behaviors. It promotes public acceptance of violence, justify discrimination and injustice, and limit opportunities for social development. That is so important to keep society flourishing. You see, going biblically, even the Bible makes us to know that moral decay is something bound to happen. Like going by this Bible verse, which talks about moral decay. I will make just few among other verses that speaks about moral decay. For example, let's look at 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 to 5, which says, "But know this is the last days of perilous time. This is the last day, perilous time will come. For men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, with its self-control, lover of pleasure rather than lover of God." Let's look at Romans chapter 1, verse 26 to 32. Proverbs 14:34. These are some of the Bible verses that speaks about moral decay. Now, what does moral decadence means? Moral decadence, it simply means gross reduction in the moral values in a particular society. Moral decadence is a popular term in practice. It is defined as failure to hold sound morality in societies. How does moral decadence look? The signs and symptoms may vary across communities, meaning that every society as we have all known, every land or place has its own rule. So therefore, the signs and symptoms may vary across different communities. For instance, it is the growing acceptance of corruption and the violence in society. It is enough to look at Nigeria and the insecurity problem. The number and frequency of mass kidnapping and shootings do not reduce. Society is becoming less sensitive to pain and sorrow caused by violence. More people resort to violence trying to solve their personal, social, and economic or emotional problems. Another kidnap and bombing occurs, but still life continues. Political and financial corruption is yet another sign of moral decadence. Politics has become dirty. Politicians and figures of authority would willingly give up even their core moral principles when such action promises significant materials, political or social returns. What this simply means is me using Nigeria as a case study where Boko Haram, bandits, or whatsoever the group is being called, this particular crime, so to some certain set of people, they no longer see it as crime. Some people who are involved in this immorality or moral decay now see it as a source of income. They now see this as a daily business. A situation whereby people are being kidnapped day after day and ransom are being paid in order to rescue these people that have been adopted for 100 million, 200 million, 250 million. This is one of the basic reasons why you see terrorism, banditry, or kidnapping in Nigeria will begin to increase, because people now see it, or some set of people now see this as source of income. So now this takes us to some of the causes of moral decadence in the society. Moral decadence can be caused by some things, which the first and the primary thing that causes moral decay or moral decadence in every society is parental carelessness. That means the upbringing of a child determines how far the child will go in life. Some parents do train their child in the godly way, and this goes a long way in that child selecting his or her own friends. But in a situation whereby the parents themselves are involved in all these immoralities, like moving naked, all in the name of we want to trend, and so many other things, Now tell me how they want to train this child. Or tell me, how do they want to train their own children? If you train your child well, they will know and they will always remember the son of whom they are when they get outside. And every child whose parent has trained well will always add it at the back of their mind in doing some things in life. Oh, my father must not hear this. My mother must not hear this. So in this, or with this, the child will be careful in who to move with, actions to be taken at times, and so many other things. We have peer influence, that is the influence of friends. Some people, they are trained, but getting outside there because they meet up with some other people and who are involved in immoralities. All they do is they think that is the right thing for them to do. They join. And before you know it, all this decadence begin to grow in them. This is why you see violence today. Violence is rampant. Where you see so many children, even little talk, they go haywire. That is the influence of friends. Like the recent happening in Dubai, where you see some set of boys fighting on the street with cutlasses and so many other weapons. Just because they said they belong to one secret cult or whatsoever. Now, tell me, those people who indulge in all this art, what type of upbringing do you want to say they've gotten? This is what? The influence of peers. They are friends. Because my friend is in one God or is in one society, I want to belong. Now, when they belong, for them to pull out of this, most of the secret code becomes problem. Those are the influence, or those are the effect of moral decadence. Watching immoral films, movies. You see, so many of these children of nowadays, they are very inquisitive. They listen, what they listen to, what they watch, cleaves to their brain. And that is why you see, most time, some children, especially in Africa, at the age of 18, 19, 20, you see them indulging in some art, like money rituals, because of what they watch in the movies. They think it was the best thing for them to do, especially when the movie is trying to teach some things. Like when you are poor, this is what you can do to have money. So they think that is the best thing to do. Watching immoral films. Poverty. Poverty is one of the major things causing moral decay. A situation whereby you see some people, all because they say they are poor, you see them indulging in some art. For example, I use some African ladies doing this, going extra mile to say just for them to make daily earnings, they indulge in what they are not expected to do. All these are typical cause of moral decadence. And we have political influences, politicians, politics. This is one of the major causes of moral decay in the society. Some of the things some politicians are doing is nothing to write home about. And in this sense, you see, so many other young ones believe they are doing the right thing, like lavish spending, which push some of the youth to go and indulge in what is not expected to do. These are some of the major causes of moral decadence in the society. And some of the effects of this moral decay or decadence in the society, some of the effects is too rampant nowadays, which everyone can see or feel. Some examples of the effect of moral decadence in the society include drug addiction, where some youth are found now of taking drugs. Many of them cannot do 5 hours without taking drugs. And that is why you see increased number of youth with mental illness, going mentally derailed, and so many other things as a result of drug addiction. The intake of alcohol, excessive intake of alcohol, is another effect of moral decadence in the society. The excessive intake of alcohol, people who are with this character can spoil anything whenever they are drunk. They don't care at that moment when they are drunk, because they don't know what they are doing. They don't care the consequences of their actions. These are typical effects of moral decadence on the society. Sexual promiscuity. This is another problem or effect where ladies don't know, this especially is attached to ladies, where ladies don't know the right thing to do or not. To some of them, they think they are trending. You see them at a point saying, I have 10 boys. Now, if you go around some places, you ask girls, between relationship and hook up, which one do you want? You see some of them now, they tell you, or majority of them, they tell you, who relationship help. I prefer to go for hook up. And they tell you, they go further and they are saying, I can go for 5 hook up a day. So these are some of the effects of moral decadence in the society. Terrorism. Like I've said earlier, banditry, Boko Haram, or whatsoever, these are typical examples of terrorism. A situation whereby you adore people, you get ransom, you do all sorts of things. I wonder what the world is turning into today. I wonder. Please, kindly help us share this teaching this motivational talk. Help us share, like, follow our page to get more teachings, more motivational talk. Please, can you help us share, please? Thank you. And this will be bringing us to the end of this topic. We could bring more on this. We could bring more of this later. And in our previous topic, we could still come back to speak more on that. So kindly follow our page, help us share, like, as we'll be bringing more. And these, you see, are the basic problem and challenges we have in virtually all the society of nowadays. Please, can you help us share, like our page? Thank you. This will bring us to the end of this talk. Thank you.